you know, and has taken off. Just about 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago. And this is what Mr. Golding said at the time.
And I'm very proud of our people who are on the tour because we've made numerous stops and spoke to the people. And I never heard one word of profanity. One dirty bad word was none of them was called from our platform because we are behaving in a decent manner and we want a decent campaign.
We are behaving in a decent manner. Yes. Right. But when you were tested, you failed. Yeah? And this is why it's not difficult to understand the pressures they're under. But leadership, you can't crack under pressure. You have to learn to hold it. The opposition leader duly recognized that he had done wrong, and therefore, on Saturday evening, he offered this apology.
Last night, I was at another function, and I pure problem with the microphone. And me bought a little BC under my breath. Me never mean anybody to hear it. And a live feed pick it up. So I just want to say to anybody who heard it and feel offended, sorry here, sir. Never mean no disrespect. Me offend nobody. Me humble you and I will behave youth. And I would never disrespect Jamaican people.
Mark Golding, yes? You may want to accept or not that, but the fact is he recognizes that he had done wrong. He had let down the side. I'm sure he's facing heat on the inside of his party. But that is a recognition that he had failed. His team let down the side. He said he uttered it under his breath. Well, I am pretty sure those in the PNP comms setup, the communication setup of the PNP, will have to go do some quick work on Marky G. Marky G have to go learn certain things very fast. Wherever microphones are, be careful. That's rule number one. Wherever microphones are, history is replete with many gaffes because leaders did not pay due regard to the presence of microphones. Yeah? And Mr. Golding's political opponents are not going to let it slip. So last night, the Prime Minister was in Old Harbour at a JLP gospel concert. And he made a thinly veiled barb at Mr. Golding. That Golding may have
when you drink too much of it, you get drunk. And people get drunk. Even the fumes of power can get you drunk. Some people have power.
Prime Minister Holness in last year. He also had word John Dayton Cap.
Those who have used merely to bring down people, thinking that popularity can be earned through profanity. But I say to you, as I have written to my political party, to say, we are not in a race to the gutter. It is said that the General Secretary of the opposing party has said that if we go low, they go lower. We don't join that. We are not into that. No, we can't do that. The Jamaica Labour Party does not and will not trade the dignity of the people for denigration and disgrace. No, we are not going to do that.
That's the Prime Minister. He went on further about the intoxicating nature of power, and spent some time not lashing, but certainly jabbing at Golding.
I've had a conversation with Everett, and you notice that tonight he made a deliberate attempt to stay on his script. And so it is in the era of politics that we are. When we speak here, and I'm speaking to several thousands of people here, but when you take all the independent broadcasting that is taking place, I'm looking at several phones pointed at the platform, and they are all reaching hundreds and thousands of people independently being broadcasted. So every speech you make is being broadcasted and is cutting across various segments of the population. There are some people who won't take offense to some things that you say, but there are others that will. And some politicians will calculate, all right, who am I going to offend and who am I going to gain? That is what you call the popularity game. As leader of the country, I don't have that luxury to play the popularity game. I still have to serve all publics, all people of Jamaica. And no matter what is said and what is done, ultimately, I am the standard bearer for the standards of the country and the society, and a compromiser. So my brothers and sisters in Christ, it is a blessing to be gathered here in Old Harbour, not just as members of a political movement, but as people of faith, united in the belief God is sovereign over all things, in politics and governance. There are things that I will readily admit that it is not within my control. And politics, it is like liquor. When you drink much of it, you get drunk. You get drunk on power, but in the fumes power, just the fumes of power.
The most important thing the Prime Minister said there, he said the Prime Minister is the standard bearer for the country. The Prime Minister, whoever he or she is, that is the burden I spoke of. At all times, you don't get a chance to say, okay, I'm not Prime Minister at this moment. You're Prime Minister every single second of the day you're in the office. That's a huge burden to bear and to carry. And that's why so many people aspire to the job but never get the job. for more reasons than one. Yeah? Time for the break.